Welcome to the first session of your emotional regulation program with Dash Wellness. Today, we'll introduce the concept of emotional regulation and why it's important. For this session preparation, set up your space, have writing tools ready, ensure good internet connection, and be ready to engage. The information provided in this emotional regulation program, including all content, materials, exercises, and resources, is intended for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other licensed health provider with any questions you may have regarding mental health and/or medical conditions. Emotional regulation is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions in a healthy way. It involves being aware of our emotional responses and using strategies to modulate these emotions appropriately. Emotional regulation is crucial for maintaining mental health and building strong relationships. It helps us navigate life's challenges and enhances our ability to communicate effectively. When we regulate our emotions effectively, we can improve our mental health, build stronger relationships, and make better decisions. Whether we are aware of it or not, we use emotional regulation every day. From handling stress at work to managing frustrations in traffic, emotional regulation helps us maintain balance and respond to situations calmly. However, many people struggle with this, reacting impulsively rather than thoughtfully. People often go wrong in emotional regulation by suppressing their emotions, overreacting, or avoiding their feelings. Let's look at some specific examples. For instance, someone might feel frustrated at work but choose to suppress these feelings to avoid conflict. Over time, this suppression can lead to increased stress and even physical health issues like headaches or stomach problems. Instead of addressing the root cause, the person bottles up their emotions, which can eventually lead to an outburst. Imagine someone who constantly hides their anger at work. They might start experiencing chronic tension headaches and irritability at home, leading to conflicts in their personal life. Suppression doesn't eliminate emotions, it only buries them temporarily, causing them to resurface later in more harmful ways. Another example is overreacting to minor issues. Imagine a person who has had a stressful day at work and then comes home to find a minor mess. Instead of calmly addressing the situation, they might overreact by yelling or getting overly angry. This reaction can damage relationships and create an atmosphere of tension and fear. Overreacting often stems from accumulated stress and unaddressed emotions. It can lead to a cycle where minor triggers cause disproportionate responses, straining relationships and creating a negative environment both at home and work. A common mistake is avoiding feelings altogether. For example, someone might turn to distractions like TV, food, or even work to avoid dealing with their emotions. While this might provide temporary relief, it doesn't address the underlying issues and can lead to emotional numbness and disconnection from oneself and others. Avoidance can lead to a lack of emotional awareness and understanding, preventing personal growth and healthy emotional processing. It creates a barrier to true connection with oneself and others, fostering a sense of isolation. Here are some positive aspects of emotional regulation. One of the positive aspects of emotional regulation is the ability to identify and acknowledge emotions. This involves being honest with yourself about what you're feeling and why. By doing so, you can address emotions head-on rather than letting them control you. For instance, acknowledging feelings of stress allows you to take proactive steps, such as practicing relaxation techniques or seeking support, rather than letting the stress build up unchecked. Mindfulness is a powerful tool in emotional regulation. By staying present and fully experiencing your emotions, you can observe them without judgment. This practice helps you understand your emotions better and reduces the tendency to react impulsively. For more insights on mindfulness, try out our Introduction to Mindfulness program. Mindfulness teaches you to pause and reflect rather than react, providing space to choose your response. This can transform your emotional landscape, helping you remain calm and centered even in challenging situations. Cognitive reframing involves changing the way you think about a situation. Instead of viewing a setback as a failure, you can see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. This positive mindset shift helps regulate emotions and reduces negative feelings. For example, instead of feeling defeated by a criticism at work, reframing it as constructive feedback can lead to personal and professional growth, fostering a more positive emotional response. Good emotional regulation enhances your communication skills. By managing your emotions, you can express yourself more clearly and listen to others with empathy. This fosters better understanding and stronger relationships. When you communicate effectively, you are less likely to have misunderstandings and more likely to build trust and rapport with others. For instance, addressing a conflict calmly and openly can lead to a more constructive resolution and a stronger relationship. People who regulate their emotions well often develop healthy coping mechanisms. Instead of resorting to unhealthy habits like overeating or substance abuse, they engage in activities that promote well-being, such as exercise, talking to a friend, or pursuing a hobby. These positive activities not only help manage stress but also contribute to overall happiness and fulfillment. For instance, going for a run after a stressful day can help clear your mind and boost your mood. Emotional regulation builds resilience. When you manage your emotions effectively, you become more capable of bouncing back from adversity. This resilience helps you handle life's challenges with greater ease and confidence. Emotional resilience means you can recover from setbacks faster and are better equipped to handle future challenges. For example, someone with strong emotional resilience might handle a job loss by quickly seeking new opportunities and maintaining a positive outlook. Maintaining emotional balance is another key aspect of emotional regulation. It means not letting your emotions swing wildly from one extreme to another. Instead, you strive for a stable, balanced emotional state that allows you to navigate life's ups and downs smoothly. Emotional balance involves recognizing when you are starting to feel overwhelmed and taking steps to restore equilibrium, such as through relaxation techniques or talking to a supportive friend. Reflect on how you typically handle your emotions. Do you find it easy to manage your feelings, or do you often feel overwhelmed? Spend a few minutes reflecting on your current emotional regulation habits. Write down your thoughts in a journal. What emotions do you find most challenging to manage? What are your goals for this program? Before we close, let's take a brief look at what's coming up in the rest of the program. In our next session, we will dive into identifying different emotions. In Session 3, we'll explore the role emotions play in our lives and how they influence our behavior and decision-making. Session 4 will cover techniques for increasing emotional awareness, helping you stay attuned to your feelings. In Session 5, we'll practice mindful acceptance, learning to accept our emotions without judgment. Session 6 will focus on journaling emotions, using writing as a tool for emotional exploration and understanding. Session 7, we will explore a guided meditation for emotional balance, helping you integrate what you've learned. Session 8, we will explore specific techniques for regulating emotions, providing tools to manage your feelings effectively. In Session 9, we'll differentiate between mindful responses and impulsive reactions, learning to choose our actions thoughtfully. Session 10, dealing with negative emotions, we will focus on strategies for dealing with negative emotions, transforming them into opportunities for growth. In Session 11, we'll explore ways to cultivate positive emotions, enhancing our overall well-being and happiness. Session 12 will cover building emotional resilience, helping you bounce back from setbacks more effectively. In Session 13, we'll focus on emotional regulation in relationships, improving our interactions and connections with others. We will conclude the program with a reflection on your progress and set goals for continuing your emotional regulation journey. Remember, emotional regulation is a journey. Each step brings you closer to greater awareness and well-being. Stay committed to the process, and you'll see positive changes in how you manage your emotions. Thank you for joining our emotional regulation program. We hope it was helpful and look forward to seeing you in the upcoming sessions.